All right.
I was just thinking that, Michelle, you look like you're in Alexander's podcasting studio.
Yeah, we teamed up. We're neighbors.
Nice, nice. There's a New
Yeah.
Mexico contingent.
Yes.
All right, then. Welcome to our final wrap-up panel. I wanted to take this panel and the opportunity to thank everybody for all of the effort that has been put into bringing this forward. We have lots of last-minute regrets for people that couldn't join for various different reasons, mostly because this panel was ignored in publication, so nobody knew about it. So it's our error. But starting with Professor James Cooper, who has been with us since the inception of this, and is absolutely a key contributing member every year. Jamie, I don't think we would be able to do this without you. You are, the master at this, and we really appreciate every time what a powerful panel you put together, and all the effort that you put into everything that you do with us. So thank you so much. Um, we have had Chris for about the same time, believe it or not. Yeah, so Chris has been with us for since we started to do the online side of Digital Davos originally, and then moved into Davos Worldwide. So it's been an interesting time to for Chris also. We've seen him from the complete corporate CEO to, well, this version of the woodsman.
It's
uh,
time dependent. If you come back in May, I'll look more like the corporate CEO again.
okay, all right, there we go.
I'm digging this look. It's fine.
Thank you.
All right then, Michelle. So coming to you, you've been working on this for a couple of years. You've had a wonderful experience with us. You've been a contributing member in lots of different ways. You've helped us backstage. You've helped us, as a really good representative, and that has been absolutely amazing. Bastian, of course, is new and put together an amazing panel, Bastian. That I think was one of the best panels that we had. So I'm gonna go and turn around and say, okay, starting with you, Jamie, what were your thoughts for this year?
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Jay. And it's an honor to be with Bastian, Chris, and Michelle. It's another great year at Davos Worldwide, formerly the artist formerly known as Digital Davos, and before that, One World Blockchain. We've been doing this since 2018, and I always think that like nothing's going to surprise me. But what surprised me this year, and watching a lot of the panels, is the quality of the discussion. There's not a lot of grandstanding. There's not a lot of puffery, and just the level of discourse and mutual respect that the panelists have for each other. And every one of them, certainly from my panel, I know from several of you as well, the panelists write after and say, I learned an amazing amount of stuff, and I love meeting these people, that even people at the heights of their powers, heights of their careers, are open to learning. And I think that's a real lesson for all of us, especially for the young people here among us, Michelle and Jay, not to point fingers, but also, I don't know where you are on the Brady Bunch line here, but Hollywood Square thing, but for the young people, but for us too, as lifetime learners, I think there's always something to learn. And that was the really impressive thing, Anand, to answer your question directly.
Thank you so much, Jamie. No, absolutely. I mean, it's been a while, and yes, I agree with you. Our discussions are becoming much more engaging, much more deeper discussions, and I think that as the program grows and the quality of our panelists grows, we are getting better and better at doing this every year. Um, Chris, picking on you next. What do you think?
I think it was great. I think really the production quality was exceptional this year. That's definitely we've seen the improvements on that side. That's really solid. The one criticism is not the right word. It's actually almost the opposite of a criticism. I guess the one thing I would like to see us figure out how to handle in the future is that, so the three panels that I was on and or moderating, every single one of them, like the topic was so broad and there was so much to cover that each one could have been 3 panels, right? Easily. And so I don't know if we need more focus or if we need breakout groups or if we need, I think we need some way, or maybe it's not even that. Maybe the panels stay the way they are and there are follow-on symposia a month later on the topics or something. But there needs to be a way to get to the next level of the conversation, I think. Whether
Oh
that's
no, I
narrowing
completely
focus
agree
up
with you.
front or
Yeah, no,
something.
that's absolutely a really, really good observation. And the reason for that, I think, generally is that we have always looked at panels as an approach with um, who our panelists are.
Mm.
And so sometimes, what we found is that when we do a very pointed discussion on one subject, like there was a panel today on quantum computing, and while they tried to dumb it down a little bit, but it's difficult to do,
Yeah,
right? So it's the next level of quantum computing and the research. So these are people that are in the field doing the research. So for them, it becomes a very, very pointed and technical discussion. So we try to avoid that because, in general, audience, what we're trying to convey is an overview of the subject. But I agree with you 100% that it needs to be focused down. And I think the strategy here has to be that we need to have quarterly events where we take these panels and we break them down further and then develop them out as we go along and prepare for within that for the next time. So I completely understand, your point of view on that, but you did a tremendous job with the 2 panels and with the 1 participation, and especially since the last panel was about an hour before the panel that you decided to become the moderator. So,
decided to. Is that what happened?
well, I mean, again, it was a suggestion, but
And I think it was 30 minutes, maybe 20. But yeah.
okay, all right, there we go. So you did an excellent job on that, and because what happened in that is originally Jamie was supposed to do that panel, but there were 9 people on that panel.
Yeah,
So
it
it
was a
just
big
seemed
panel.
impossible to do a panel with 9 people already on it and adding
Yeah.
another moderator into it. So, okay, well, maybe this time we just look for somebody on the panel and do it that way. And that's kind of the spirit that we've always run with, simply because of the fact that, we anticipate about 10-20% of people dropping off.
Sure.
And then at the same time, but this time, we didn't see that. So all of our panels were overpopulated
Yeah, it was
slightly,
good. It was good for sure.
which is a
For
good thing,
sure.
which
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Can I
But
just add, you also had enough people to fill the whole baseball team, which was very helpful.
it's, I mean,
That's
I
true.
think at last count we had 185 panelists,
Wow. Wow.
of which only we used 165. We had to kick panelists off.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's why when we had a glitch yesterday, it took 1 phone call to fill in a slot. And
Nice.
saying, "Are you ready?" And going, "Yep, ready in 2 minutes." Okay, you're on. So that's the flexibility that we're gaining, and frankly, we received, I would say, in excess of 30 emails from past panelists in wanting to join this year. So
Very cool.
so that has been, another validation that people are taking it more and more seriously. And there were people that were, angry that they didn't get onto the panels that they wanted to get onto. Um, So hi, Marion, how are you?
I'm so great. Thank you. How are you all?
Good, good, good. No, this, we're
Congratulations.
yes,
Woo!
congratulations. It's done. Wanted to thank you,
Yay.
Marion,
So
for
fun.
being so amazing and putting together 3 really powerful panels and just so much fun. And
Oh,
then bringing together, you
sure.
know, our 2 organizations of and supporting us in such a wonderful way. And I would like to say that proud to say that you are, of course, a part of this organization as well.
Wow, thank you so much. It's such an honor and a pleasure, truly. I'm so grateful for you, Anand, and for Jay and for the entire team at Davos Worldwide. Thank you so much for including us, and thank you for being so wonderful and welcoming and inviting and this platform. It's a phenomenal platform to share our messages with the world. I'm so deeply grateful. Thank you so much, and so honored and delighted to participate, and so happy to curate anytime. It's my
Yeah, no,
joy. So
absolutely.
thank you.
And seeing as we had to reschedule what 6, 7 times, we still didn't get the rescheduling right, but we still made it work. So
Did. It was
amazing job.
phenomenal. It was so great. It
So
was such epic teamwork, and really, and it's such a big help to our movement. Thank you so much, because it's really like having this platform and this springboard for and this reason for everyone to come together and to share our messages together. It's absolutely phenomenal and such a major support and help. So just really deep just gratitude for you and for your team. Thank you so much.
Well,
and same from us, Marion.
I was digging the theme that you had, where it's like, let's make peace more fashionable and profitable than war. And it's like, you know what? That sounds about right.
Right?
That's a good motto to have.
Thank you. Totally. We're making peace cool again. You
There
know?
you go. So if you were to,
Yeah.
Marion, if you
No,
were to
thank you
say,
so much, Goddess. So
yeah,
grateful for you and for like goddessing behind the scenes, making everything happen. And I didn't get a chance to see your panels this time, and I look forward to seeing the recordings. I heard you were
Oh, thank you.
excellent,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm
of
going up
course.
my learning curve as well, but it's been a pleasure to be here too, and to watch you go through the process as well. So thank
so
you.
Marion, if there was something that you would like to sum it up with in the sense of what you thought of, how the panels went, the structure, in general, where you see an opportunity for improvement.
Wonderful. Thank you. I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled with how our panels went. Even especially like, everyone had like such like crazy schedules between people who are at Davos and, people who are like in different time zones all over the world. And then we had people with Wi-Fi issues like Denise last minute with the Wi-Fi in Puerto Rico. All the things considered, it was every single panel, like it's magic, when all the panels open and everyone goes through everything. It was such magic and synchronicity, and it was the perfect combination of the preparation and the planning meets the flow and the magic of the present. And I really felt deeply that we were able to have the time and space to get to each individually convey what we were saying and share our messages, and then also collectively share our message as one. That peace is front and center. This is the year for world peace. This is it. And we're launching it, and this is the platform that we're launching it on, and that we got to share that this is the way, because Rinpoche and Dear Soul Family are they're at Davos and launching the Universal Peace Forum, which is a very big deal, like major deal. There's a lot of press around this, all these things, and there's some galas and like different things around this, and also in terms of the spectrum of speakers and organizations and the community that's gathering for world peace. I really felt that we had the strongest representation of those people, and that it was also is super nice that it wasn't like, because at Davos you kind of have to like, you have to like be there in person, and then you have to like have like a lot of money to like pay, and like just all of the things that are, so like it's not as inclusive.
Not that Marion, any of those things are God, by God's grace, any problem for you, but
Right.
right.
Well,
But I'm
of
glad you
course.
were
Oh, no,
here,
of
and
course, exactly. I'm
the
just thinking
only
about
thing I
like
regret
the
is that
people.
we had to move it out online. Otherwise, it would have
Yeah.
been an absolute blast in doing it together in Beverly Hills and bringing
Oh,
all of these
oh my God,
moderators to
I
Beverly
can't wait.
Hills,
I can't
and
wait.
yeah. So we're
Yeah.
gonna do that with our follow-on party, and hopefully everybody can join. That'll
Yeah.
be in about a month. Hopefully by then all of this craziness here is a little bit more settled.
Hmm.
But in the interest of time, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
Bastian, do you have
Yes. And
go ahead, Marion.
and just if I may just complete the thought,
Sure.
I just really deeply appreciate that people were able to be present from Davos to California to Hawaii, like all of the places, and
Yep.
that it was inclusive. And that way, like I really love the format because it creates the space for the actual people and the messages, because peace leaders are deep in what they're doing. You know, not everyone is going and like, you know, going to all these high level places, which is my point about it. Of course, everyone is well resourced, and also the point being like not everyone goes. So I just really appreciate what you've created as the space to have these high level conversations with people that are deep in the work and that are doing the work from all over the world, from Davos and beyond. So I just really deeply appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also one for improvement, perhaps just like a tech flow, like maybe there's like some type of because just with different things, like, but it worked out, and it's just like you know, getting acclimated to the Zoom events. But I'm also going to look into additional tech solutions, because there might be like different convening options that might work out as well. So
No, that sounds good. No, always open for
that's my
improvement. Yeah.
only thing for
Yeah. No, no,
improvement.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the format, the way that you do it is brilliant, and I just deeply appreciate you and the team in this. So thank you so much. It's an
Yeah.
honor and delight to be included, and super with you for the
Yeah.
journey, for sure.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Marion.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. You know, when you watch the
Honor.
recording, watch Vandana Hart's presentation, and she did one 5 a.m. And she
Awesome.
had
I love Vandana.
yeah. So Vandana had a dancers
Word.
from all over the world, and kind of give you an idea. We had 50 countries represented amongst our panelists. So it worked out as a really global event. Next time we'll go for 100.
Yes,
So
fabulous. And Vandana and I are dear sisters. We've enjoyed many beautiful experiences together, and we lived in Tulum together for over a year
yep.
in
No,
2020.
Yep,
Yeah,
I know. I found out. Yep.
yeah. I loved her
So
so much. So
yep.
thrilled.
So yeah. Thank you so much, Marion.
You're
Bastian,
welcome. You.
how was your experience as a moderator? This is the second time you've been on with the conference, but the first one was the COP16. This was the first Davos one. What did you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed every aspect of it. And I'll just synchronize on what Marion said about the gratitude. I'll just say ditto and save us a lot of time of a lot of beautiful words to be said, because they've been said very smoothly already. And I have a credit with Vandana too. In my first tech startup, I was in AR/VR space, and we're actually looking at building a project around her dance projects in Africa. Never materialized, and I went out of VR, but that's how I know her. So it was a beautiful connection at the time. I think for me, the three big takeaways were, we were actually bridging continents, like completely different worlds. I mean, I noticed that on my own panel, but also on other panels. And that connection was so powerful for the panel members. Like, I'm still getting messages 2 days after for my panel members, how grateful they are for having this platform and being able to speak to the world. And on that note, I think there was also, it provided a kind of a reality check, especially with having Melrose on my panel and being able to say, no, this is where the US market investors are interested in, and these things don't work and these things could work. Because it's very easy for the rest of the world to look at the US as a pot of gold. It's like, well, there's so much money there. So whatever I do, that can be financed. And having that reality check, I think, was really powerful. And then every panel I went to, I walked away with like, oh, there's an actual solution, which I think was really empowering. And then and platform-wise, tech-wise, just a smooth ride for everybody, including all the people I had on my panel from all over the world. Everybody got set up. Everybody was there were no issues, user issues, but not tech issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's this familiarity with because it's slightly different than Zoom. So, that's the only thing, is that we don't have a single login. Michelle, your thoughts on your journey so far with Davos Worldwide? Now,
Yeah.
second time moderating.
Yes, thank you. I definitely agree with everyone who has spoken about it. I love the fact that we did bridge so many people from so many different parts of the world simultaneously, and I did feel that a lot of the conversations, even if they were broad and could be broken down into further discussions, did come with a lot of conversation around solutions. And I think people are actually ready. They're ready to see things put into motion at an effective, efficient level, and really wanting to sync up with people who are doing that themselves. And I've had such a pleasure getting to know, you know, pretty much all the panelists that I've engaged with, but also learning about things that I had just no awareness of. And listening to so many of the panels where it was inspiring, motivating, but also like I want to connect with these people. And it's been great to just the connection level, the follow up has just been inspiring. And there's so much that I could say, but I think just the opportunity, and again, with what Marin has said so much and expressed so much, in few words, is like the gratitude that I have is enormous, and I'm very grateful to be here. And I look forward to improving and continuing my efforts with this platform and with the people I'm connecting with.
Last but not least, Jay is representing the interns, who have all scattered because they're tired from waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is normally their go to sleep time. So it has been challenging. Jay, this is the first time you co-moderated a panel, and you were on several panels, or you were on a couple of panels. So your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm kind of gonna mirror everybody else and say it was great to see like kind of the diversity of the panels and all the different people and so many new faces. And on the other side of it, I want to go into the kind of not to give myself a pat on the back, but it was pretty good this time. We were able to pretty effectively coordinate kind of the panelists on the panels and then the population of it. And then for the first time, the live streaming of it to Davos TV was very seamless. So yeah, I just want to say that. And then moderating the panel or co-moderating the panel, Cal was very interesting. That's the first time I ever did that. So that was a nice new experience to have. And yeah, just yeah, thank you to everybody else.
No, that was a great job. One of the new things that we did this time was insert videos. And so I think that going forward, we should try to get videos on the related subjects and see if we can make it more engaging, much more exciting. The audio, the visual side of it is, of course, much more interesting to break out into a panel once you've seen a video about something. Marion, go ahead. Marion, you're muted.
Yes, exactly. And to that point, I really welcome more art as well. I was actually feeling because one of our artists, Deepak, he's a dear brother. He just performed his song "Together We Rise" at the inauguration at the Starlight Ball, and I was listening to it before our panel, and I was really feeling like I really wanted to play that video, and then I thought like, why didn't I send that to you to play? And then I was just, it wasn't like it came to me at that moment, and that was really also the inclusion of like videos for like music and movement. And I'm so happy to hear that Vantana invited dancers to come in, because I also feel like that's a really key part, and especially from the peace train, that at least from our part, really if the artists demonstrating their art, I would love to do that next time. Because it's
No,
phenomenal
absolutely.
to see some like great performances and things, and like
Yeah,
special events where people can like come together, and do like a group, like a concert or some type of immersive art experience where people can get involved, like these types of things. I feel like that would be really fun too.
Yeah, we had the opportunity of bringing in an art auction, but we just didn't have the time to build in the technology for it.
Right.
So we're going to have to figure out a way of incorporating an existing auction platform into it so that it can be tied into it. Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. With Vandana, by the time she sent us the video, it was kind of too late for us to configure it for uploading for the We Speak Dance videos. But next time, definitely we'll be better prepared with all of these new tools, and also, of course, having a proper hub, as we were supposed to this time, so that we can all gather. So
Awesome.
with
I'm
that,
so
does anybody
excited.
have anything to add on this? No. Okay. Well then, thank you again so much. I really, really, really appreciate all of you. You guys have been magnificent and couldn't be done without each and every one of you. And your contributions are amazing. And I think I would like to think that all of our efforts make some impact in the world.
Thank you for your leadership, Anand.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
thank
we are all
you.
co-leaders, so
Yes.
thank you. Appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you, Anand.
Thank you, everybody,
so
very
much
much.
for your
It's been
leadership.
excellent. Yeah.
Yes, truly. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.